Hello, beautiful girl. I'm Katie. I'm a dating relationship coach and I help women attract and keep high quality men. And in this video, I want to talk about how to be a high value woman that men desire. In order to really answer this, first we want to talk about what is value. We think value equals status because we think status means he has a lot of resources which we can utilize. More resources equals more happiness, okay? But that's only because we often confuse happiness with fulfillment. In my opinion, true fulfillment comes from having a healthy and empowered mind. Okay? What good is having a lot of money if you're mentally ill, if you can't function, if you're depressed all day long? The most important thing above all resources is your mind. Value is really our perception of their value. Now, a lot of women try to educate themselves, right, by going on YouTube and seeing what all the men, all the coaches, everybody kind of talks about makes a woman valuable to men, what men want. But when you're actually dating, that's when you need to put all of that stuff aside and consider that that individual has their own ideas of what is valuable. You actually don't know what is super valuable to him unless you ask him. Step number one, you have to figure out what he wants. Very first question maybe you need to ask him is, what are you looking for? Why are you on the dating apps? What are you hoping to get out of this experience? That should be the very first question that you ask, or close to the very first question that you ask. And then you have to pay attention to his answer. Do not just look at his profile answer. Okay, a lot of you are filtering this way, right? A lot of you are just checking his answer on the dating app profile because a lot of them ask, what are you looking for? And a lot of them will say dating, casual, having fun. Not many men will put in there looking for a relationship. So ignore what the profile says. I don't care what the profile says, right? What you want to do is ask him directly. Get the words out of his mouth directly, what he is looking for. If he says anything other than, I'm looking for a relationship. If he says, I just want to meet people and have fun, right? Just dating and fun, okay? Just something casual, right? See where it goes, something like that, okay? If he says anything other than looking for a relationship, you have to pay attention to that. Ladies, you have to pay attention, okay? That's telling you what he values and what he doesn't. The guy that says he's only looking for dating and fun, he does not value, he's telling you basically he doesn't value having deep conversations. He's not going to value putting in a lot of effort to take you on dates, right? To sell himself that he's a really good partner. He's not going to put the effort to really get to know you and your personality and what you like to do and all of that stuff, or whether there's compatibility. He doesn't care, okay? That's not on his radar. He doesn't value that. What he will probably value is just to have some fun, flirty banter, make some silly jokes without too much thought, and then try to have sex with you as quickly as possible and as often as possible with as little effort as possible. This is where I see women make the mistake. You think you're also not ready for a relationship. So you tell men, yeah, I want to just date and have fun too. Okay, or maybe you were like me, I wanted a relationship, but I was scared to tell men that because I thought that may scare them away. So I would just say, yeah, I just want to just date and see where it goes and have fun. I just mirror what they say. So what happens is we keep talking to him, keep investing in him. The guy that only values light, flirty banter and sex. And we end up getting the short end of the deal. He's getting what he wants. He's getting the better deal. Okay? If you are a woman, at some point in the future, you will want a relationship. Your future self wants the relationship. What I see a lot of you do though, is you don't consider your future self. And then as you start talking to him more, you develop feelings and then you want more. Then you try to get that guy to take you out more, to invest more, to do more for you. But that's not what he values. He doesn't value any of that. All he wants is fun, light banter and sex with minimal effort. If you ask for more, he's not going to give it. He will tell you what you want to hear in the moment and then he'll not do any of it. You have to think about your future self. That's why I recommend still tell men early on you're looking for a relationship. What will happen is immediately you will find you'll get treated better. He will take you out. He will put more effort in. He will get to know you. He'll want to get to know you. He'll give you all the things that you want. Plus, he's going to give you things that non-relationship guy would give you too. He'll give you the fun, light banter and flirtiness and sex too, if that's what you want. If that's what you want. But you see, the relationship-minded guy will be respectful. He will not push for sex because sex isn't the most important thing to him. So step number 2, now you have some idea of what he values. A relationship-minded man, what they're looking for is compatibility in 3 areas: lifestyle, values, and future goals. And you will want to know exactly what he values under those 3 categories. So you want to ask him questions like, what are you passionate about? What is your profession? Why do you do what you do? Do you like doing what you do? Or why don't you like doing what you do? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What are your dreams and desires? What do you love to do and you think you can't do? What do you most value in your life? What are you scared to do? Okay, you want to ask all the big life philosophical questions, all the questions that normally you'd be like, oh, that's too much to ask. That's too deep, right? You think it's too deep, it's too much to ask those questions too soon. But if you think that, you are thinking about the non-relationship guy. Because a non-relationship minded guy, he will think it's too much, it's too deep. Because he doesn't value any of that stuff. Okay, you're thinking about that guy. The relationship-minded guy wants to know, wants to ask these questions, and wants to answer these questions. He wants to know as early as possible about how compatible you are before he starts putting in a lot of time, effort, and money into you. That is the smart thing to do. Okay, men are in their logical brains thinking logically where to put their investment. Okay, before that we invest in something, better do some research first to know what we're doing, right? Before we put a lot of money into it. Okay, so that's what he's doing. He's doing research. He's figuring out, do you have compatibility? And then if it all checks out, looks good, then he's going to start putting in a lot of time, effort, money into you. That's how you need to start thinking too. So you want to ask these questions and you want to answer them as well. And you can figure this out really quick. I remember one of the first conversations I had with this guy. I told him I like to travel. I've been in so-and-so places. I'd love to travel in the future as well. And he said, oh, that's interesting. I've never been out of the country because I have 5 kids, so I can't. And I could tell he was a little bit resentful about that, a little bit bitter. Could tell in his tone. So to him, the fact that I traveled and like to travel is not an asset for him, is not a value add for him. He does not see that as valuable. And I figured that out in 2 minutes, which leads me to the next point. Your job is not to convince people you're amazing. All you have to do is believe you're already amazing exactly the way you are. Okay, and you just need to go out and find the people who agree that you are amazing. So when I met my husband, I had the same conversation. I said, I like to travel. I've been to so-and-so places. I love to travel in the future. And he was like, great, you're amazing. I would love that too. I've been this and this places too. I love that too. right? I didn't have to do any convincing. I just told him who I was, what I liked, and he was like, you're amazing. Me and my husband were like, clearly we're a match. Then it made sense for him to put a lot of effort into me. It has to make sense. Okay, and I know like this is how he thinks, and he knows this is how I think, and we match. We're compatible. Your job is simply to believe you are already amazing exactly the way you are, and then you just tell people who you are. Ask 100 people, what are you looking for? Tell 100 people what you are looking for. You want to be smart about this. You want to use a dating process. So you don't have to go on a lot of dates, invest in a lot of people, and face a lot of rejection. You do not need to experience a lot of rejection at all. Those of you experiencing a lot of pain and rejection is because you're talking to the wrong people. You're trying to convince people of who you are, what you have, when they don't care. They don't value that. Okay, so you want to learn. You want to be smart about this. You want to think about your future self and taking care of her. And I think the best way to do that is through hiring a coach. It's one thing to intellectually get what I am saying here. It's another to implement, to do it. Okay, and that's where a coach can come in and help you. A coach helps support your journey to find your man. It supports you when you're down, supports you when you're confused, when you're in mind drama about what to do, or you're heartbroken, or you're not sure, is this guy the right guy to invest in? I don't know what to think because of what he is saying. A coach will help you clarify those things and move you on to the next step and keep it simple for you and keep pushing you and being a cheerleader on your journey to meeting your man. Right? And there's nothing complicated about what I am saying. It's all logical. But a lot of us, when we're in our own heads, we get all emotional, we lose perspective, we lose sight of the simple stuff, and we just kind of like get confused, right? So that's why we all want to have a coach if we want the fastest path to getting the relationship we want. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, that could benefit from, you want to save time, you want to save yourself from any future pain, okay, from dating, and I totally believe you can, then you want to go to the link below in the description and book a call with me, and we can see how we can work together. All right, but remember, you don't need a coach. It is just there to help you as a support. You can absolutely do all of these things on your own, but you just have to remember, you've got to be smart about it. Ask the right questions, think the right way. You'll get there so much faster. Okay, so that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please share with your friends if you think that will help someone that you know. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more amazing videos real soon.